Hey guys, today I'm breaking down what I believe will be the best starter picks for Torchlight Infinite Season 8 Sandlord. And to top it off, I'll share a late game meta prediction tier list that you won't want to miss. Quick heads up, the meta can definitely shift over the next few weeks with all the new changes to the game, so take this as a strong starting point, but not gospel. Also, my website is officially live. It's fully functional and getting polished, but you can bookmark it now. I'll be posting all my builds, guides, and seasonal updates there throughout Season 8. Okay, let's get right into it. These are the starters I would recommend from campaign to time mark 8. First and foremost, we got Thea the Blasphemer. Ultimately, this character is going to be extremely flexible when it comes to build and playstyle. She has a pretty insane kit at her disposal and can see many builds played on her, such as erosion hit builds, ground shaker, dot builds, wilt reap specifically. Secondly, we have Rayhan. Rohan will answer the call. Feel as though this is pretty simple and self-explanatory. Train has been a cornerstone of the game for many seasons. As long as we don't see minus movement speed to Savage Charge, it'll more than likely retain this position. Third and finally, for starters, we have Gemma Flame of Pleasure. This may come as a surprise to some, but Gemma 3 can definitely pull off some very strong build archetypes, including Ground Shaker and Shackles of Malice. Let's move on to the A tier. First and foremost, we have Erica, the Windstalker. Second, we have Perino, Lethal Flash. Third, we have Erica, Lightning Shadow. Fourth, this may be a surprise, but Moto Charge Calling. He's got some buffs. Now let's move down to the B/uncertain. I'm not too certain on some of these because I haven't played the character or I don't fully understand the build archetype, so I don't feel comfortable putting it in F or the depends, right? Okay. So let's get started with this. These are a bit more situational or under tested going into the new season. First, we have Bing Blastnova. This is at the top of B, in my opinion. I've definitely seen people speedrun the campaign with this character. I think it could be a great starter, but I have not seen the data of this character being good in the endgame meta. It doesn't really seem to have like a place to be or a home yet. As a starter, it should be near the top of B. And then we have Selena, also probably at the top of B. You can channel things while moving. Very nice character. Yuga, Space-Time Elapse. Mind Control, another cornerstone of the game. It can be played, okay? It did get a movement speed nerf to it, but you can use like dashes and stuff to make up for that. It's not too big of a deal. Then we have Gemma Fire Ice Fusion. Also, it's an okay starter. Could be good. Some different archetypes could definitely play out here, this character. Coming next is Thea, Incarnation of the Gods, followed by Iris, Growing Breeze, then Rayhan Rohan, Thea, Wisdom of the Gods, Yuga, Space-Time Illusion. The reason why Yuga is so low is because it took a big hit, a lot of nerfs. Also, Spellburst stuff got pretty nerfed, and it has been nerfed in prior seasons as well. So he just keeps getting hit and hit and hit and hit. Is what it is. I still don't think it's F tier worthy, but it's definitely low B tier. Ending this off with Iris, Growing Breeze. She also is now facing some deprivation, honestly. A lot of the Magus stuff got really nerfed, so she's at the bottom of B. Now for the F tier, these are definite hard skips. We have Carino, Zealot of War. I would stay away from this. We also have Moto, Order Falling. Me personally, I do not believe these are going to be very great in the current state of the game. I'm sure you could probably make them work, prove me wrong, make that your goal, but in comparison to some of the other choices, I'm just going to stay away from them. I don't recommend a newer player to try to make these work. And for the last three, I'm going to be putting all of these in depends. They do depend. We did see a buff on Carino, Ranger of Glory. It's a slight buff, but it's kind of really hard to tell where he'll line up in the meta. I can see him being somewhere near middle high B tier, not much more than that. I think the math was done and it's about a 20% buff. I'm still not positive. We have Gemma, Frostbitten Heart. If the meta shifts towards multi-conversion dips, she could be insanely strong. It just really depends on how the conversions will work with hit builds. And then we have what I think could be a sleeper. This rework is definitely going to be slept on. There's added emphasis on defense this league. She could turn into a near immortal build. And if that pans out, Rosa might jump straight into the S tier with Thea, Rohan 1, and Gemma 3. And there you have it for the recommended starters campaign to time mark 8. So heading into the second tier list, these are the endgame meta predictions. Before we get into it, I'll just say Ground Shaker isn't my personal jam. them, but it should perform incredibly well this season, and I respect that, so I will be including that in this list here. We have, once again, Thea the Blasphemer, top of S tier. I believe that Thea the Blasphemer, her flexibility, she'll be able to play Ground Shaker, Erosion Hit, Erosion Dot. We have, once again, Mr. Rohan will answer the call with Train into Windstalker Erica. Ghost Blade Einhar will be making a rise this season and probably taking the spotlight off of a lot of other things. Going into Carino 2, Ice Lance is right again. It's going to be Erosion Hit or Erosion Dot. Either or will be great. And then again, we have Gemma 3, and you can guess it, it's Ground Shaker or Shackles of Malice. Most likely we'll be seeing a lot of that. Now let's go down into the A tier. We have Erica, Lightning Shadow, Thunder Spike of some sort, and then another surprise, Moto Charge Calling. I could definitely see this, Grim Phantoms maybe, being A tier. Those buffs were pretty extreme. And the last for the A tier, we're going to be putting Gemma Icefire Fusion. I can see it being there. Now going into the B uncertain tier, once again, I'm not completely sure where these guys are going to line up when the meta settles, the dust settles, and we see the victors at the end of the road. So I'm going to be starting off with Mr. Rohan, Mr. Yunga, and I want to say Selena. There is some new beam stuff with the Wilt Beam, and it can shoot multiple directions. We might see a lot of that, and she might even place higher. I'm not too sure how that will perform. Both of Thea's back to back leading into Iris. I do actually see this performing decently well. Then going into Mr. Space-Time Illusion, into Bing. Now we're gonna move back down. Our F tier as well. These guys don't move at all. I wanted to put her in F tier, but we're gonna put her at the end of B. Really unsure how big of a deal the Magus nerfs hits are, because you can scale like erosion hit damage on Magus and the deterioration stuff. It might bring a new light, a new angle to this character, so I am uncertain. I cannot give you beyond a reasonable doubt she won't be great in the end game. No clue. Oh, and then this is the depends section. We will be putting Mr. Carino, Miss Gemma, and Miss Rosa. So again, these three depend on quite a few factors, same as the first tier list. So there you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with my picks? Any builds you excited to try out? Smash that like button too, it really helps. And don't forget to subscribe for more top tier guides and strategies. Have a wonderful rest of your day.